Hi there, glorious pumpkin. Why do I have the little party face emoji if we are looking at one big, fat, cathartic puke? Bleh! It's because you're my friend, okay? Every day is a party in the Sommy house. You got a straight back, good posture, you got your ice cubes. I actually put 5 today. We're going to need them. You see these big, fat capitulation, friends? I was born in this, okay? A lot of people, they're here to learn. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, bell button, all friends. I'm here to tell you that the highest gains come after these events. I understand you might be saying, SEC, third Gary Gensler. These are just words. The world keeps spinning. It does not matter what the narrative is. Most of the time, it doesn't matter. If you see people around, it matters. Nothing. I'm telling you around. I'm telling you right now, friends. If you see people around, zero weight to it. I understand it's very hard to think straight. I'm going to tell you right now, we've been through this before. Many of you, as my baby dolls, you have not held through a capitulation. I have. They never feel good. But man, they're juicy. Because good times come after them every single time. Okay? And they are swift when they come back. So I was born in capitulations. That's all I used to know. I used to be a perma bear. Take you back to the old days when I came in, because all I saw was the GFC and the stock market going down. 2007, 2008, 2009. So when I finally got into markets, I was like, well, markets only go down. Just kept shorting and shorting and shorting. I had a short bias when I was day trading. All right. So this chart I'm going to show you right now was the first capitulation I came in. This was Bitcoin when I got in. Okay. I'd bought some Bitcoin up here and it came down. And I was like, oh man. And let me tell you, it was game over. Don't let anybody fool you to thinking that anybody had any ounce of integrity or confidence down here. Zero. Gone. Industry was worth nothing. Okay. All those people cheering and chanting, they came there out there too. But what's interesting about PulseChain, Hex, and PulseX is you see down here, those people who were cheering and chanting, okay, on the graves of PulseChain, Pulse, and Hex, and Richard Hart, those people trying to dance on the grave, their graves were being danced on here. They were being trotted on and spat on. But what they don't know is that another opportunity arises. They just can't see it. Because most people are just flukes. They're just able to do this once. They can't put the pieces of the puzzle together. That's why I give you high value content. There are many capitulations that will happen in your career, friends. So what we're seeing in Pulse, PulseX, Hex, what I just showed you, right? Only the strong are going to survive. I've got so much more juicy information to show you. What about this one? Do you remember this one? Of course. It was the zombie virus when everybody turned into the undead. Giant, big, fat capitulation. It was like, no, we're stopping. No, we're not. No, we're not. And it was over. And you see down here, don't think like, you know it goes up eventually. That's our biases right now. But back then, no one knew this was going to hold up. No one. I promise you right now, around here, I remember waking up in the morning, my friend Kevin messaged me, and he basically said, we're definitely going to like the 2s. Right here, I promise. I was waking up, I saw his message. It was the first thing I looked at. I checked my phone. I was like, we're going to the 2s. And I was just laughing because, man, a zombie virus is here, friends. You can't think straight. And I woke up and I come and look at the chart. And I was like, something's weird, man. Everybody says it's the end and everyone's puked, but I don't feel like the story ends here. That's what happened, okay? So all of this, this is truthful stories here for you, friends. That's why I show you these. I share with you these stories. I put them to you in the charts. So you get to learn. You get to grow. So this zombie virus, right? All hope was lost. It was a giant vomit. The weak hands exited. Huge, enormous weak hands. Now, because Bitcoin is blue chip, there are enormous weak hands here. Do you know one of the famous influencers, Willy Woo? Willy Woo is a crowd favorite. He had super bullish Bitcoin targets. A lot of people don't know this, but his fund got liquidated on this. They had a leverage long. I'm not sure how many millions of dollars, but I think it was him and someone else. They had the models up. Everybody was confirmed. We're going to the halvening. We've bottomed out. Right, that's what everybody thought. And then, liquidation, okay? Very tough. Telling you right now, big people get out, friends. This is what happens. Just because someone has a lot of money, just because they have millions of dollars, because you think they're smart, it does not mean anything. It's human emotions. They always say, if you want to make it in this game, okay, grow your balls bigger. Or just kick yourself in the nuts. Get trained to getting kicked in the nuts. You need to be strong. I'm here. I'm strong. That's why I'm sharing it here with you, friends. This is why you come and listen to me. I'm here to make you stronger. We're going to get through this. We are getting through this, okay? This is why I put a party emoji for a reason. These party emojis, they are rare when I place them. You know where else I place them? And you can go back to my YouTube videos and I'll show you this as well, my Twitter. I was partying here when FTX collapsed because it was the bang. The biggest, baddest bang. Everybody thinks it's the beginning of the end. And they will cite all the other reasons why this thing's going to fail. Nope. Nope. Is this the beginning of the end, friends? No, it's probably just the end of the beginning phase of the bull market. That's right. No one was listening to me when I said, wow, the bull market's actually starting here. It's just it starts off so slow. It starts off... Every bull market is birthed, friends. See, that this is the top of the bull market. Every bull market is birthed down here where everybody thinks the bear market is continuing and it's over. That's how every bull market starts. So I'm going to show you some wallets later on. The PulseChain ecosystem, it is rinsing people. Of all the other coins out there, nothing's moving. Nothing's moving. Bitcoin's barely moving. Okay, Bitcoin is still hovering around 29,500, 30K, whatever. It's still this very slow grind. Maybe it's going to be between 30 and 40K by the end of the year. Maybe, but nothing is capitulating with this big opportunity. So we look at this. Even though it's capitulating, think about this. All right. In all these capitulations, you won't believe in the sunny day until the sunny day comes. Who said that? Your friend saw me. I made it up right now. Literally, for the rest of us, friends, you can't go and punt when it's sunny. You buy in the dark. You buy in the middle of the night. For the rest of us, we hodl and we buy in the night because everybody is giving you the best prices. That's when it really comes out to test whether you're in here for the long haul or not. If you're already all in, I understand, man. I understand. But holding is the same as buying, okay? Holding means no deal. I'm contributing to the buy pressure. Because if you're not part of the sells, you're part of the buys. You're holding it up. And with all this talk about the SEC, I'm going to show you this example, okay? Shout out to Mr. Silvertooth for bringing this to my attention. Now, this guy, right, Reggie Middleton, okay? So he took people's money, millions of dollars, from an ICO back in 2017. I think it was like 14.5 million. And then they found out him and his wife were allegedly kind of proven. They basically just blew millions of dollars. They went and they spent it. Him and his wife took millions of dollars for other people's money. He spent it on personal uses, hotels, traveling. He never went to jail. He just paid a fine. Now, I think the fine was big. Right? It was 14.5 million collected. I think the fine was like 9.5 million. I even have the article here. So he reaches a 9.5 million settlement. So this is how it works. When government agents come like this, friends, let me tell you something about government agents. The number one sin is to look corrupt. The number one sin in government. If you look corrupt, the people revolt. And it's over. It's literally over. What they want to do is they want to shut you up. They want to make this issue go away. The Hexicans, they're like really annoying wasps, not even bees. Like the bees, the cute bees, the smiley cute bees, they are now put to the side. And I had to find this adorable little cute bee. Look at this cute little bee here, friends. This is basically the Hexicans. But with the SEC, friends, okay, let's make it a cute wasp. With the SEC, now everyone's coming in for look at these wasps. Look at these wasps. This one's pretty cute. You get the point, right? So they get to pick as well, right? Just we have power too. We're like, yeah, which type of annoyances do we want to give you? And they will do that, friends. And I want to share with you what's actually been happening in the price action. Okay, so there is a doxed whale. Obviously, I don't want to give away his name or anything, right? Or her name. Okay, but this doxed whale, big size. And they'd retired off Hex and they're capitulating the lows. And I mean big, but big time, okay? And look how much this person, 200 billion Hex, 200 billion, sorry, PulseX, 100 billion Pulse. And he, she, they, them, they're down to about 40 billion Pulse and 90 billion PulseX. So they're being huge, taking out losses, just smacking it down, taking out losses. I have the transaction here to show you. And I mentioned here, brave people are nibbling away, friends. I even have the address here. If you go to gopulse.com, I can show you right now. If you go to gopulse.com, there's a portfolio section. You click on the portfolio section. You can actually copy paste anyone's address. So if you want to find this on my Twitter, you can just do it yourself. You can use your own address. It's pretty cool to see. You can actually see your LPs, your liquidity providing, your yield farming, and it's got it all here nice and neat. And I love the logos and the display. This is like a really cool display website to do it. So I've been watching these guys in their price action. Look what they're selling, man. Selling in this red box. This guy's just bang, bang, get me out. We just sit down, man. Sit down, stand up, then sit down again. It's all right. It's okay. All right. So I'm noticing the biggest Pulse sacrifice wallets, not only are they in a loss, they can't take it anymore. They're out. They're getting out. And you're probably wondering, so in markets, you probably see this and you're probably thinking, is that bad or good? Because whales control the price, right? Not necessarily, okay? Because what happens is, okay, this guy sells $1 million, okay? But maybe today, we don't have enough of us, the retailers, we don't have $1 million liquid to buy. Maybe you and 100 of your friends only have $1,000. So what happens is, you chip away 100K of his damage. And then tomorrow, maybe another 300K comes in, okay? And then maybe by the end of the week, the $1 million has been absorbed. Do you see that? But this takes time, friends, because this person, he's paying the slippage. He, she, they, them, they're paying the slippage to exit right now, this second. They have too much pain. See, what they're doing is they're looking at their portfolio and they're saying, like, they're looking at their portfolio right here. And they're going, 3 million, I better take $1 million out now. So they're doing these round numbers and they're just like squealing. But everybody else, I mean, I've been talking to so many people. They're like, yeah, I'll throw in $500. I'll put in like $200, $100. Now, this adds up over time. People are working jobs out there. People are DCA buying. This just takes time. That's why even in these deep capitulation examples I showed you, that yes, even though it was the low, it just takes time to rinse them out. And they realize what they've done is the way of the soy when we come back up. Now, don't follow this exact arrow because who knows how long it's going to be here. But this is what happens in every other circumstance. And the good thing is, so just to let you know, the biggest whales, their average price is here, exactly where my cursor is, 0.504. So that's their average price. So now absolutely everyone is offside. I'll be honest with you, friends. When we were here, I'm just going to be honest. I knew deep down in my loins and my pointy elbows, even with my fluffy slippers, I knew somehow we had to test those whales. We had to. Because I know a lot of those whales, they're just big hex players. They just, I'm going to say this word, they fluked it. They just went like, I'm going to throw in 10 grand in hex at the start. They had like a couple of million, they cashed out. Or they just sacrificed their hex. Now they have the pulse. And I knew, I'm like, you know what? Congratulations to them for going hard. I just don't think their market psychology is ripe enough to like be conducive to smooth market movement going up. So what I mean by that is, of all those players in the system, I think most of them are just a real paper hand psychotic schizos. So we're not going to get the nice Bitcoin mature type of move up. And as you can see, we had these bangs, okay? Now, the other way I could have rinsed them out was as we go up, there's some big black swan event comes out here, they get out, and then we continue. So you don't know exactly where it's going to happen. I knew somewhere down the line that we're just not going to make it, you know? And now you're seeing why. They can't make it. They're not going to make it. And seeing the positions of the biggest whales is very important because this is what we do in Bitcoin land. So this is a common metric we use in Bitcoin to determine bear market deep value zones and capitulation zones. So now that you know everyone's offside, this is maximum opportunity. Maximum. Yes, everyone's frustrated. They're like, man, it's been 2 years. I literally have no more money. I completely understand that. But for everyone else coming in, this is the type of thing you want to see because it means we're closer to the end of their poopiness, right? That means we're so close. In fact, we're in the beautiful zone, right? That's what happens. And I've been watching a lot of other wallets here as well. This guy had 50 million hex, right? P hex. He actually paper-handed the low, and then 90 minutes later, I started buying back. Okay, so he just started DCA smacking, have the wallet, the addresses here. You can see him like smacking. He smacked 10 million, sell. And then 90 minutes later, he's like, uh-oh, start buying. So what's happening is, okay, this I see this all the time. People who've never traded before, what they'll do is when there's a big move coming, now they start trying to trade. But they don't know what they're doing. They have like an indicator or 5 on their screen and they start going to the super low time frames. And only a professional trader like we would know, okay, the market's active a lot. Let's trade. Okay, it's slowed down. Let's stop. But these people stepping in for the first time, they become food. other traders basically destroy them. Because in this volatility, these people are just whacking market up and down. And then you know what happens, friends? The volatility actually stops. You know that? So what's going to happen down here is the volatility actually stops and it goes up a bit, right? And this person maybe sells a bit and they buy back and then it comes back down, right? And he's just holding, and it goes back up a bit. He sells, okay? And now he's expecting the dotted line to come back down, but it just starts grinding up. And what they don't know is they've just been conned by who? Themselves in the mirror. Because that's what markets do. They get all the volume, friends, is done at the extremes. It's actually done at the extremes. If you go check all the volume is done at the bottoms, okay? The weak hands all exit, the strong hands enter, okay? And then when you return, so I'm going to draw this square line, this square filled in with fundamental green, all the volume is here. And then as you move up, there's no volume. You'll notice it's just people hitting market, buy, no one wants to sell, and it just starts drifting up. I've seen this so many times, like I know it off the back of my hand. Every single market does this. You only know this pain if you're a day trader. Why? Because we see this so many times. Because I have had daily, monthly blowouts because the market would keep going up and I would get short. And it'd go up again, short. And I'll just get destroyed, absolutely destroyed, because I keep expecting it to keep rolling over. But what I don't know is at the time that, oh my God, all the volume was done at the very, very bottoms and now I'm the sucker. And now what happens, right? We are now returning to the middle of a range. But you don't see it as a range. You see this as the end. See, no one's thinking straight. No one can even possibly imagine right now, hey, what if this is actually a range and it's going to be like a sack, a big hat, big pair of nuts. No one can think like that. Everyone thinks, no, this is the new normal. The new normal is much lower. Everything's over. All right. So this is why, friends, the more you step into these short-term trading games, the increasing probability of you screwing it up becomes too great. Because as time goes on, you're compounding your portfolio bigger. So what you're actually risking is getting more dangerous, right, in size as the years go on. So yeah, for some people, maybe it's $5,000 today. But in 10 years, it's going to be like 480 grand. Okay, on average. Hopefully it's high. Hopefully it's millions for everybody. But you get the point, okay? This is what happens. And then your chances of recovering when you're in the $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 million mark and you're just doing this day trading stuff, your chances of recovering basically go near to zero because you have no experience. This is how people lose their accounts. So I'm going to finish off with this. Amazing, spooky, scary. I have a chart here. Shout out to Mr. Tango. It takes two friends to tango. Look at this, posting this chart. I'm going to show you this again. This is scary, friends. I'm telling you right now, I think the aliens are in control. There's some sort of simulation, unicorn, fairy dust, cosmos, God. I don't know what's going on, but I'm telling you, this is scary, okay? The Ethereum ICO launched, and then it dropped almost 90% about 77 days in, okay? Look at this up here. You see that? 77 days. See this 77D? You love the D, don't you? Look at this. Then PulseChain, which is meant to be a better Ethereum, it launched, and now after 77 days, it has its big capitulation crash, almost 90%. The bottom chart here, down here. This is scary. It's scary how it all is following some sort of ghost fractal pattern. The mindset of people, I don't know what it is, friends. Is it some sort of interdimensional force? I got no idea. I really got no idea. I'm just telling you, it's crazy how these things work out. And once you see them, you better ride them because they don't repeat. If you can see them happening, the first time is the best time. I'll let you know. I bought and nibbled on some Pulse today. Friends, we already got all bullets there. I know everybody's saying we're out of money. I understand. Everyone's out of money. We're out of money. You shouldn't even have anything left to buy. But if you get an income, if you have income coming out from multiple sources, throw something in. I mean, like I did the maths here. Conservative, if it works out. Let's say it doesn't go to zero, okay? If it goes to zero, it's your fault. But, I mean, the way I see it, man, it's like a 60x upside from here if it works out. Like even a $200 throw-in, okay, you're getting like a 12K payout. This is, by the way, getting 30x from day one sack. Remember, that was also almost considered racist, okay? People were going to try to get me banned everywhere just for suggesting 30x from day one sack. Now everyone's begging for just like a 3x, right, from day one sack. So think about that. If it goes 100x from here, I mean, that's $100 at 10. $100, 10K, that's huge. That's why even the tiniest nibbles, friends. So yeah, even you have a portfolio, like if let's say some people have portfolios, you got 10 grand. Even throwing in just $100 here, man, it goes a long way. You want to buy capitulations. You don't want to buy at the top of these big candles in Matic and BNB, Solana. You don't want to buy there because the reward upside, if you're right, is not as big as if you are buying deep due to capitulations, okay? Some final good news, friends. Of course, there's still great news. You can buy Hex as a US citizen, right? So don't worry about Uniswap and their weird woke agenda and them just being a bunch of weirdos, okay? And multi-gender type of people, okay? You can buy Hex on SushiSwap, CowSwap, Portal X Swap, swap.hedron.pro. There's all these alternatives, okay? 1inch.io, that's what we use. It's non-US citizens if you're not from the USA, but US bars, all the bars 1inch. So there are these options out there, friends, and the community is still here. Just look around you, man. The engagement is going through the roof. Everyone is still here, okay? And look, you don't even have to take my word for it. Like every single one of my tweets, like 15 tweets an hour, 3,000 plus views, 180 likes. No one's doing this for like Litecoin or any of these other coins. So this is where I've got to tell you again, okay? The price is a liar, okay? Just like how the price has lied to me many times. Didn't the Bitcoin price lie to us when FTX collapsed, huh? Didn't the Bitcoin price lie to us when China banned us? Didn't the Bitcoin price lie to us when we had the zombie virus? What about when we had this deep capitulation, okay? Price will lie. It will disconnect to the upside in euphoria from fundamentals, but what we are experiencing right now is the other way. Price is disconnecting to the downside from the fundamentals. And fundamentally, you're always going to be my friend. Stay strong. We're going to make it. Tell mom and dad they're going to get a big hug from me. Like, subscribe, bell button, I'm going to catch you in the next one.